Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Welcome to the new lecture. This is your lecture number 6. In this, you are going to study about average atomic mass and chemical formula. Average atomic mass. Previously, we already discussed about atomic mass. That what is atomic mass? It is the number of protons and the neutrons that are present within the nucleus of an element, of an atom. Okay. When you look up the atomic mass of an element, let's suppose it is carbon, you go to the periodic table and look under the element sample. For carbon, you will find 12.0107. This is its atomic mass, but this is not a whole number. And this value is actually the average atomic mass of the element. But average of what? We already know that most naturally occurring elements have more than one isotope. And isotopes of an element have different masses because they contain different number of neutrons. That is why this is not a whole number. When measuring the atomic mass, scientists settle on using the average mass of the naturally occurring mixture of isotopes. The relative atomic mass, while calculating the average atomic mass, the isotope natural abundance is also taken into account. What is natural abundance? It is the abundance of a particular isotope that is naturally found on the planet. We are going to define the average atomic mass as average atomic mass is the weighted average of the atomic masses of the naturally occurring isotopes of an element. Let us consider an example. For example, there is a classroom which is having 100 students. A test is conducted of 10 marks. Out of these 100 students, 96 students got 8 marks, 3 students got 9 marks, 1 student got 10 marks. 96 out of 100 means 96%, 3 out of 100 means 3%, 1 out of 100 means 1%. How are we going to calculate the average marks of this class? It is the total marks that are obtained by all these students divided by the total number of students. Total number of students are 100. 96 students got 8 marks. So 96 into 100 and will be added with the other student, that is 3 students who got 9 marks, and we will add it with 1 student who got 10 marks. So these are the total marks and these are the total number of students. We can also write it this way: 96 over 100, 3 over 100, 1 over 100. Multiply by 8, this is the number of students. Multiply by 9 and multiply by 10. We will get it like this: 0.96, 0.003 and 0.01 into 10. After adding this, you will get the average marks that this class has obtained. Now, in order to calculate the average atomic mass of an element, we are having a formula, that is the atomic mass of first isotope multiplied by its percentage abundance divided by 100. And we will add it with the second isotope, that is atomic mass of second isotope into its percentage abundance divided by 100. If we are having 3 isotopes for an element, we will do it for third one also. If we are having 4 isotopes for an element, then we will do it the same way. Let us discuss an example. The average atomic mass of chlorine is 35.5 AMU. Why? It is because it contains 2 isotopes, that is chlorine 35 and chlorine 37. The percentage or the natural abundance of chlorine 35 is 75%, while chlorine 37 in nature it is present 25%. That means, let's suppose we take a 100 gram sample of chlorine from nature. then out of this 100 gram you will find that 75 gram is of chlorine 35 while 25 gram is of chlorine 37. In order to calculate its average atomic mass, we will write the formula: average atomic mass of isotope chlorine 35 multiplied by its percentage abundance divided by 100. Atomic mass of isotope chlorine 37 into its percentage abundance divided by 100. As this 75 is out of 100, we will divide this 75 by 100. We will get 0.75 into 35 AMU, which is the atomic mass of the first isotope, and this is the abundance of the second isotope whose atomic mass is 37. We got this by dividing 25 by 100, and you will get 26.25 plus 9.25. After adding this, we will get the average atomic mass of chlorine, which is 35.5 AMU. AMU stands for atomic mass unit. Okay. Activity that is practice problem 1.2. Let us calculate the atomic mass of neon. The data has already been mentioned there. You can do this one by yourself, following the same formula and procedure. Calculate the atomic mass of neon from the given data: neon 20, neon 21 and neon 22. These are three isotopes of neon. Neon 20 is present 90.51%, neon 21 is 0.27%, while neon 22 is 9.22%. In order to calculate the average atomic mass of neon, atomic mass of isotope neon 20 into its percentage abundance divided by 100. Same is the case for the second one, that is neon 21, its percentage abundance divided by 100. Isotope neon 22, that is the third isotope, into its percentage abundance divided by 100. We will write it like this: 90.5, which is its abundance, natural abundance, divided by 100 multiplied by its atomic mass. The abundance of the second isotope neon 21 divided by 100. Okay, now when you will divide 90.5 by 100, you will get 0.905 into 20, which is its atomic mass, 0.0027, that is obtained dividing this by 100 multiplied by 21, which is its atomic mass. So the final result will be 20.18, and this is the average atomic mass of neon. Okay, coming towards our second topic, that is chemical formula. We previously already discussed that compounds are represented by a chemical formula. This chemical formula, this is basically the symbolic representation of a chemical compound. A chemical formula is a short way to write what atoms are present. So it can be defined as it is an abbreviation that is used for the full name of a compound with the help of symbols, as elements are represented by symbols. In other words, we can say that symbolic representation of a molecule of a compound is called its chemical formula. For example, take for instance oxygen molecule that consists of oxygen atoms that are bonded together. One oxygen atom bonded to one oxygen atom. But instead of writing all this, chemists came up with the formulas to make it shorter. We can write it like this. This molecule, this is the molecule of oxygen, and it can be represented this way. Here the O represent oxygen and the 2 represent how many of them. This 2 is the subscript. Same is the case for water. We can also write it like this: one oxygen atom that is bonded to 2 hydrogen atoms. But the better way, or the shortest way to write its formula, it is this. This is its chemical formula, H2O, while this is its structure formula. Okay, what does a chemical formula tells us? It gives you the information about 2 things. First is the type of atoms, the elements that are present within a compound. It also tells you about the ratio of different atoms present. Let us look at the example. First is sodium nitrate. This sodium nitrate, This sodium nitrate is, you can see that it is made up of sodium atom, nitrogen and oxygen. These are the types of element that are present, and the ratio of these different atoms is 1:1:3, because 1 atom of sodium, 1 atom of nitrogen and 3 atoms of oxygen makes sodium nitrate. Similarly, sodium chloride. The type of elements are sodium and chlorine, and the ratio is 1:1. Next is glucose. Glucose, it is made up of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. These are the types of element, and their ratio is 6:12:6, which shows that 6 atoms of carbon, 12 atoms of hydrogen and 6 atoms of oxygen. So this is how we write a chemical formula. There are different types of chemical formula: empirical formula, molecular formula. We also have structural formula and formula unit. These will be discussed in your next lecture. Thank you.